In this video, I go over my top 5 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out next week, March 9th, 2022. What's going on, everybody? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. Looking ahead right now, top 5 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out next week, March 9th, 2022, and there are a ton of great books. I couldn't fit them all into 5, so I'm going to have a heck of a list here for just kind of my honorable mentions as I get into it. But if you're here for all that, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're in the premiere chat right now, shout out to you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on this Thursday, 12:30-ish in the afternoon. Otherwise, appreciate you hanging out. As always, this is my top 5 picks. It's what I'm looking forward to most. I always say it's a great time to be reading comic books each and every week. Just some fantastic stuff coming out. So yeah, my honorable mentions is a little longer than normal. I mean, I try to list, 2 or 3. I definitely am going to list a little more than 2 or 3 here, but I'm going to run through them quickly, and then I'm going to get into the top 5 picks that I'm looking forward to most, and then I'll follow up and finish with my cover buy of the week. So yeah, let's just mention a couple here because I'm just scrolling through right now. Let's talk about DC. So Trial of the Amazons, it's a 1 of 2 limited edition. There are several writers on this, but I just wanted to mention it because it's definitely something that I am interested in. I guess more just out of curiosity. The cover looks great as well. Becky Cloonan's involved, Michael Conrad, Vita Ayala, and Joelle Jones, just to name a few. I see Laura Braga is doing some artwork here. So yeah, there's a ton of covers. Also, I don't know. It caught my attention. It's only 2 issues. I'm going to check it out. It's 40 pages, this one. Another one here I wanted to mention was Nubia and the Amazons, this Amazon theme here. I've been reading this series. I've been enjoying it. I wanted to mention it because this is the 6th and final issue of this miniseries. So that's definitely something on my radar to finish through here. Curious where it's going to go. Another one here, Captain Carter, issue number 1. I think that deserves some mentioning as well. Very curious about that. I think it's being, written by Jamie McKelvey. Not familiar with Jamie. The artwork, America Cresta. So yeah, not very familiar with it, but definitely want to check this out. I was a big fan of the What If series. Obviously, Captain Carter playing a role in that. So yeah, I want to see a little bit more of what this particular series is about. Another one I have to mention real quick is an AWA Upshot book. It is called Hit Me, issue number 1. It's a issue 1 of 5, looks to be. Krista Foss doing the writing. The main reason that this really caught my attention was the fact that Priscilla Patrace is the artist on this, and I've been following her artwork for a little while now, about a year and a half. I went back, read some of her Rat Queen work that she had done, and just some stuff that she had come out with from last year. Really, really, really enjoy her artwork, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Jeff DeCall cover here, very close to a cover of the week, very close. Let me just say, really love that. Love Jeff DeCall. Definitely will be buying this for sure. So yeah, just wanted to mention that one. And then the other one I wanted to mention real quick was XLifes of Wolverine issue number 4, which I mean, it practically should be on my top 5. It's just not, because there's just some other things that I just had to make way for. So yeah, this series has been fantastic. Benjamin Percy, really enjoying what he's been doing with these series in general, the Wolverine focused X titles. So yeah, definitely going to be on my radar. Definitely something that I will want to jump into. Again, just not quite reaching the top 5. But yeah, so those are just some honorable mentions. I know I feel like there's just a ton of great things out right now. Even like Joker. For those who continue with Joker, Eternals is another one that I've actually thought about jumping back into, which I might still do. Strange Academy 17, I'm not caught up with that, but I've been hearing great things. Moon Knight as well. Oh, sorry, that's Devil's Reign, the Moon Knight issue 1. Oh my gosh, I just realized Punisher issue number 1 also needs to be mentioned there. Not on my top 5, but scrolling back through again, shame on me. I'm excited for that. Punisher issue number 1. So yeah, we'll throw that in the mentions as well. So yeah, let's I'm going to dive into my top 5 picks here. Like I said, a ton of great series. I can't fit them all into 5, but if I had to start the list off at number 5, I'm going to go with a DC book. It's actually my only DC book on the list this week. Superman, Son of Kil, issue number 9. Had to have my man Tom Taylor up in this list. Love everything that he does, and really enjoying just where the series has been going. This has been, this particular, well, the issue that came before this was a little bit of a crossover between two of my favorites, Superman and Nightwing, as I've been enjoying both series written by Tom Taylor right now. So, yeah, liking that these two are still tied together at the moment. Bruno Redondo doing the artwork and the cover art that we're looking at here. So yeah, just a nice little change of pace with what he's been doing with Superman. But overall, really enjoying where this direction's going as a whole for this character, who is not Clark Kent, but it's Jonathan Kent. So yeah, want to continue to see where that goes, and that is why it is my number 5 pick of the week. And that is Superman, Son of Kal, issue number 9. Going into my number 4 pick, I'm going with an X title here, Saber Tooth issue number 2. Last issue was fantastic. It is like the visions of hell, essentially, of like, I mean, mutants have another area to kind of play with. I've been talking to my man Jason, Claiming Comics, about this. Very excited for just the possibilities and the direction and what they're potentially doing with not only just this character Sabretooth, but the domain, that the structure of what he's kind of developing in this, you know, hell kind of world. So Victor Laval doing the writing for this, so definitely excited for that as well. Really enjoyed a lot of his work that he's been doing recently. Leonard Kirk is doing the artwork, not familiar with him, but yeah, I am enjoying it, and you know, pretty wicked cover too. So got to put that on the list. That's issue 2. I don't know if that's of 5 or of 6, or if this is ongoing. That'd actually be pretty cool if it was ongoing. But either way, that's going to be my number 4 pick of the week, Sabretooth issue number 2. And back to back, going with another X title here. You know, I mentioned XLives of Wolverine for my honorable mentions. I had to put X Deaths of Wolverine as my number 3 pick. That definitely had to be in my top 5, because this series has been phenomenal. Absolutely loving every moment of this. I mean, it probably should be it should be my number 1 pick. It really should. These next 3 that I'm talking about are all practically number 1 picks, and you know, I do this every week. Very hard to, you know, kind of distinct which one is which. But yeah, really enjoying this. If you guys have not been reading this, it's really filling in the ongoing of what Hickman did with Moira, and you know, we get this futuristic Wolverine who's come back from the future, and he's tearing it up, and he's on a mission, and we're not quite sure if the mission's good or bad. Kind of got a little bit more of a glimpse with that over the last issue, and I'm wondering, because now they're releasing X Lives and X Deaths on the same week, if they're going to start to really come together now. There already has been a little bit of, you know, crossover, and I'm assuming that that's just going to continue to delve in deeper on where this is all going, and how things are going to wrap up, because each of them are only 5 issues long, the X Lives and X Deaths. So yeah, curious kind of to see where this ends up going. But I just really enjoy what Benjamin Percy's been doing, and continuing on with telling the story of Moira McTaggart, and seeing where things have left off with, you know, now that Hickman is no longer part of this team of, you know, guiding the direction of the X-Men and the X titles. So, you know, high hopes. I always say high hopes for this stuff, and I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah, that's why it is my number 3 pick of the week, X Deaths of Wolverine, issue number 4. All right, going into number 2, and this also could easily be number 1. Just saying. Gosh, it's so tough. It really is so tough, man. I don't know. I'm like staring at this now. Maybe I change these around here. Yeah, all right. Well, this is what I'm going with. This is the official order that I'm going to go with here. I am going to go with my number 2 pick of the week is going to be Little Monsters issue number 1. And I am so excited for this series. I don't know yet if it's ongoing. I think it's ongoing. I believe it's ongoing. But it's Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, my all-time favorite team for creative team. Indie stuff especially. I've fallen in love with their work. If you're not familiar, this is not their first time working together. They worked together on Descender. Descender is one of my all-time favorite indie titles that I've ever read, and you know, I'm just so excited to see them back again, working together again. I feel like they're, I mean, obviously I'm sure they're friends at this point, with everything they've gone through with Descender and Ascender. But I feel like they've, even when they weren't doing projects together, they still were working with each other. Dustin Nguyen has done a lot of different variants for a lot of the Jeff Lemire series that he's done throughout the years. So it's nice to just see that they are continuously teaming up, and even now, so back on another project. So, Little Monsters issue number 1. Read a little bit of the description here. It says they are all the last. I'm sorry. They are they are the last children on Earth, who also happen to be vampires. For longer than I can remember, these child vampires have lived a life of eternal wonder amongst the ruins of humanity. But shocking events fracture the group and set them on a path of discovery that will shatter their innocence forever. Yeah. So just looking at the cover here, it gives me the Ascender vibes already. Dustin Nguyen, I love his style, the watercolors, and obviously Jeff Lemire, my favorite writer. I will literally buy and read anything that Jeff Lemire puts out. It's how I feel. He's not let me down yet. Really enjoying his work. So, like I said, this could easily be my number 1 pick, but here we are with it being my number 2. So I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section below if this is something you're picking up, if you're going to give this a shot or not. I know that Dustin Nguyen is not necessarily for everybody. I know watercolors are not necessarily for everybody either. So, and I know some people who don't like Jeff Lemire, JR, talking about you. But, we get along anyways. And so, to each their own. But I'm very excited. So I'd love to know, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on will you be getting this? Will you be checking that out? But that's going to be my number 2 pick on the week, Little Monsters issue number 1 by Image Comics. All right. Before we get into the last book, I want to just thank everybody for hanging out with me. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Everybody in the premiere chat right now, really appreciate you. Always taking time to watch these videos. I am curious. Let me know your thoughts on kind of my list here, even though it's been a little longer than 5 that I had mentioned, because I had to go through those honorable mentions. I just had to say a little something about them. But yeah, I'm curious what you all are reading. Let me know of your recommendations if you have any in the comment section below. Okay, and also a couple things that I had lined up here I wanted to mention is you're watching this on a Thursday. Tonight, this Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll be having a live stream on my channel talking about X2, the movie X-Men 2 from the early 2000s. I'll be breaking it down as part of our movie review crew, along with Haley, Alan, and Jason. So I'm really excited for that. If you guys are around, swing by the channel, 9 o'clock Eastern here this Thursday, or today, if you're watching this here on Thursday. And then, of course, I want to also mention I will be doing Comic Collector Origins this Saturday. A note to the timing of it, it's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern instead of 2. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be 2 hours earlier than normal, so 12 Eastern. And I'll be talking to my good friend Roscoe from Geek Out with Roscoe. Really excited to have Roscoe back on the channel. I know he's been on the channel before, but he has not been on for Origins, so I'm excited to dive in and learn more about his origin stories. So join us this Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern. Very excited for that. That'll be right here on this channel as well. Okay, let's get into my number 1 pick, and of course it has to go to We Live, Age of the Palladians. I am so excited for this because it's We Live. We're back with some more We Live, and if you have not read that before, it's an Aftershock book that came out, I think, late 2020, early 2021. It's only 5 issues, I think, that came out. And it's a fantastic read. The trade that is out now, it's been out for a while now. Really just absolutely love it. The Miranda brothers, Roy Miranda, Inaki Miranda, doing, the writing with this, and Inaki doing the art as well. Yeah, I mean, it's such a great journey. There's so many ways to go about it. It's essentially an apocalyptic story. It's about these 2 kids who go on a mission when the world is dying, essentially. And the mission is that they are going to be taken off the earth to be able to live a life, basically, as some of the last surviving children of the world. And so it's these 2 kids that are on a journey. It's a brother and sister. Sister's trying to drop the brother off. So it's a really heartfelt, really deep, emotional read, a roller coaster of a read. There's definitely a lot of action involved as well. And the way the trade ended was wild, absolutely wild. So this is just, I'm just so excited to see We Live back as a comic coming back. It's been, it feels like it's been forever, even though it hasn't. But yeah, if you have not read the trade, I highly recommend checking that out before, getting into this. But I can't believe it's coming out so soon. Like, I don't know, I didn't realize it was already this time to come up. So I noticed that there are two covers here. The one that we're looking at right now is the black cover. There's also this white cover here. And yeah, I don't even want to go into any other details other than like what I just explained for the initial We Live series. This book, I mean, no matter what genre you're into, I think this is something that anybody can really pick up and enjoy. This being the original We Live, I do recommend going back reading that. This is not something I would say to jump into. Otherwise, you should read those first 5 issues. It's only 5 issues, so it's doable. But yeah, really excited for this, and that's why it had to be my number one. It's something that, again, I've been just waiting for more of, over this past year or whatever. So yeah, We Live. Got to put that as my number one pick here. Age of the Palladians. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. Are you reading We Live? Have you read We Live? Did you enjoy it? Will you be picking up this add-on now, I guess, or the next story, I guess, that's in line? But either way, that is going to be my number one pick of the week. We Live, Age of the Palladians. Gosh, I'm going to keep screwing that up. All right, and before you all go, let me just do my cover buy of the week, and then we'll get you out of here. Every week now, I've been talking about this, just pointing out a book that's like a must-have for me, something I am super excited for, all strictly based off the cover art. And for me this week, it's got to be Women of Marvel issue number 1, the Kelly Witter variant, which of course we have Laura Kinney, we have Gabby, the Honey Badger. Like, very excited for this cover. Absolutely love it. I think the thing that stands out to most of me is the fact that Gabby is giving the peace sign with the one finger and her blade, which I think is so creative. I have not seen that from any artist before. And in general, I've been on a real Laura and Gabby kick recently, as I was just talking with Haley, Shy Comic Girl, about all new Wolverine. We had broke down the first 6 issues. I have that really awesome cover there as well behind me, and they were even showing up recently in some of the X titles, the Hickman stuff, the stuff after Hickman, and even Dark Ages issue 5. They were a team there as well. So yeah, really great stuff. Really enjoying these characters, and I want to continue to read more, and with that, also want to collect more artwork of theirs. So I think that Kelly Witter doing a great job here. Not really very familiar with Witter's work, but I really enjoyed this one. And also, you get the bright yellow covers. I'm a sucker for bright yellow covers, so yeah, I'm all in on that. So that is going to be my cover buy of the week. And of course, I'm going to ask you, will you be buying this cover? And if not, are there any other books that you're buying, comics that you're buying strictly, specifically just for the cover art? Because, hey, every once in a while it happens. We fall in love with these covers, and they're just like, hey, I got to have them, whether there's something I'm normally reading or not. Got to have it in my PC. So that's it for me. This is going to be my number one pick, my top priority when it comes to physical books and the cover buys. I try not to get too carried away, because it is very easy to get carried away with just buying books for their covers. And of course, I want to read the interior stuff as well and get the stories. So yeah, with all that is going to be my list of the week, my top 5 picks, right? Coming out for next week, coming out New Comic Book Day, March 9th, 2022. Like I said, there are a ton of stuff I wanted to talk about. I had a lot to mention on my honorables mentions list. My top pick of my top 5 picks of the week, my cover buy of the week. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Very excited for next week. Let me know in the comment section below if you are reading any of this stuff. If you like the recommendations, let me know if you have any recommendations of your own. Always appreciate that. And again, big shout out to everybody in the Premiere chat right now. I hope you're all doing well. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on this Thursday afternoon. But until next time, make sure you smash that like button on the way out, and I will talk to you later.